So my original video got taken down by the YouTube overlords. If you want to know the reason why, then check out the community tab on my channel because it's hilarious. Anyway, I decided to edit the video with a fine-tooth comb, get a blessing from the elder gods, and then re-upload the footage so that everyone can actually see it this time. Please help me fight the YouTube final boss by leaving a like on this video, posting a comment, and sharing with a friend.
Friendship.
The future of Mortal Kombat 1 will be revealed on July 26th at San Diego Comic-Con. Just kidding, it's getting revealed today in my video. That's right, let's discuss everything early in today's video, including the future cameo characters, the fully playable characters, and more. Because another day means more Mortal Kombat 1 news. I'm covering it all the time on this channel, so if you want to stay up to date, then make sure to subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss any future videos. And then after watching, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like down below. It really does help my channel out a ton. And without any further ado, let's begin after a quick word from today's sponsor. Gamer Subs is the best energy supplement on the market right now. It's sugar-free, keto-friendly, and best of all, they support fellow YouTubers like ya boy. And check out their newest design, Android Waifu 69. That's right, she's on tumblers, t-shirts, and even swim trunks and stickers. She drops today, but she will not be around for long. These things sell out really quickly, so if you want to get any of this new merch at a discount, then make sure to click my link down below or use code UNDERDOG at purchase for an awesome discount. Every purchase you make with my link supports the channel, and if we make enough sales, I'll get my own design on the website. Sounds sick, right? Do yourself a favor and check out Gamer Subs today. Alright, and back to the video. Let's begin with the very likely cameo characters included in Combat Pack 2 or Story Mode Part 2 pack, whatever you want to call it. The point is, when the DLC Story Mode does get here, it's very likely the DLC characters are going to drop alongside it, which very likely means we're gonna get 3 new characters and 3 cameo characters as well, and I would not be shocked if they all drop at the same time. It sounds crazy, but keep in mind that NetherRealm has a history of doing this. For whatever reason, when it comes to the second batch of DLC characters, they love to drop them all at the same time. And as a result, the same thing could happen in Mortal Kombat 1, which is great news for players. You gain access to all the characters right away, but for me, the content creator, it makes my life way tougher because I have to rush to make all these guys right away, and I also have to guess which character my audience wants to see first the most, and then the second most, then the third most. You get the idea. It's just tough for me as a content creator. But even so, I'll still be happy if every DLC character drops at the same time because I know that's what a majority of Mortal Kombat 1 players want to happen. And if you watch my channel regularly, then you likely already know the main characters that are returning, but if you don't, check out this video. It's about 30 minutes long and covers pretty much every DLC coming to Mortal Kombat 1. However, the one thing missing in that video is the cameo characters, and that's because they're not 100% confirmed, but even so, they're still very likely to happen in my opinion. Real quick, a massive shout out to Interloco. Make sure to check out his channel after watching this video because that man is always on the front lines of every single data mine in Mortal Kombat 1. He's always got the news early. In fact, he's the reason I have the information for today's video. First up, let's talk about Kintaro. That's right, the character that got teased in Mortal Kombat 11 as Shang Tsung's second fatality. But outside of that, this character has been missing ever since Mortal Kombat 9. And in case you're wondering why, it's because he was killed off in the Mortal Kombat X comics by Sonya Blade of all people. That's right, she tore his head clean off. I'm not sure if I can show that on YouTube, but just know that Sonya grabbed him by the fur and just tore his head clean off his shoulders. And that's the main reason why Kintaro was not around in Mortal Kombat 11. But now fast forward to Mortal Kombat 1, and it looks like Kintaro has a very good chance of returning, and that's because his name was found in the data files. And of course, Interloco himself was the first person to discover this, and at first he wondered if maybe Kintaro was just a placeholder for Goro, and eventually NetherRealm replaced him with Goro. That definitely is possible. However, keep in mind that his name is still in the data files. Or in other words, NetherRealm never got rid of Kintaro. He's still in the data files, which means he could return as a cameo fighter in Mortal Kombat 1. He's sadly not going to be a fully playable fighter because he is labeled as a cameo character in the data, which definitely is a bummer, especially if you're a die-hard Kintaro fan. But unfortunately, NetherRealm does not like making the big body characters fully playable because they're just tougher to implement into the gameplay. They have bigger hurt boxes, but on top of that, the fatalities would look really weird and incorrect because they're just way too tall. They're much taller than everyone else in the game, so for Kintaro to be in Mortal Kombat 11, they'd have to shrink him down like Goro in Mortal Kombat X, and that also upsets some people. However, the good news is they can still return as cameo characters, just like Motaro and Goro, who are already in the game, which is why I'm keeping my fingers crossed, because I think Kintaro's attacks from MK9 especially would fit so well as a cameo character. Imagine his triple fireball or his flame breath. And how about that anti-air? Kintaro always had one of the coolest anti-airs in Mortal Kombat 9, so bring it back in cameo form, that would be sick. But as you all know, I love making these videos interactive, so let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. How do you feel about Kintaro returning as a cameo fighter? And also let me know your thoughts on every other character I'm going to talk about in this video as well. Because like I say in all my videos, I truly do read each and every comment, so grab that keyboard and make your voices heard. Next up, let's talk about Shinnok. That's right, Shinnok might return to Mortal Kombat 1 as a cameo fighter, or maybe as a fully playable character, but allow me to explain, because this whole situation is quite bizarre. Because for whatever reason, Shinnok was actually a prototype in the game, or in other words, he was in Mortal Kombat 1 much longer than other characters. His code has been around since the prototype of Mortal Kombat 1. And the reason that's so bizarre is because Shinnok was not in Mortal Kombat 11, so how did NetherRealm put him into Mortal Kombat 1 as a prototype? Did they use Mortal Kombat X? Did they go that far back to make him a prototype? Because if so, that would definitely be quite peculiar, but even so, like Interloco himself said in his own video, it's possible that Shinnok will be a DLC character in the future. However, just like Kintaro, he's very likely going to be a cameo character, which unfortunately does make sense, because why would Liu Kang allow Shinnok to exist in the new era? It just doesn't make sense from a lore standpoint, and as a result, Shinnok pretty much has to be a cameo character because those guys aren't canon. Or rather, they don't have to be canon, right? Motaro and Darius definitely are canon, and they're also cameo characters, but not every cameo character actually exists in Mortal Kombat 1 canonically. But real quick, just imagine how amazing Shinnok's attacks would be in this game, even as a cameo character. Can you imagine the giant bone hand attacks? Like the giant hand smashing you down from above, the skeleton hand from Mortal Kombat X, or even the giant flick? That would be awesome. I think Necromancer Shinnok would be the best fit for Mortal Kombat 1 because the giant skeleton attacks would be so cool. And what about the teleport too? Shinnok had a great teleport. He had the ground burst, which was very similar to Shang Tsung, but in Mortal Kombat 1, he doesn't have that exact move, so it could fit for Shinnok. There's honestly so many cool attacks that Shinnok could do in Mortal Kombat 1, so I really do hope he ends up being a cameo character in the near future. But sadly, that's it for the very likely cameo characters, but keep in mind that there were 3 other names listed in the cameo data files that could be DLC in the future, it's just less likely. And that's because these names were found in the data files, but like Interloco himself explained, it just doesn't seem likely that they'll return. But these 3 characters are Li Mei, Liu Kang, and Quan Chi. That's right, 3 characters that are already in the game on the base roster, and as a result, they're less likely to be cameo fighters as DLC. But that being said, anything is possible. Me personally, I don't really want to see Li Mei as a cameo character or Quan Chi as a cameo character, even though that does happen in story mode, but I think that's because this game was rushed. And it's the same situation with the arcade ladder. Quan Chi is a cameo fighter in there as well, but I think that's because the game was rushed and NetherRealm didn't have time to make him a fully playable character yet. And that's why I personally do not want Li Mei or Quan Chi to be cameo fighters. It would be fine if they were free, I'm just saying I don't want to pay for them because they're already in the game, and also, I feel like Li Mei already does most of her classic attacks, so I'm not sure what all is left for a cameo fighter. However, Liu Kang as a cameo character I think could be interesting only because he's very different in Mortal Kombat 1, similar to Kung Lao. Even though some players don't like the repeat cameos, I think for Kung Lao it made sense because classic Kung Lao used moves that modern Kung Lao does not, like his teleport and his classic spin, and other attacks of that nature. And Liu Kang is also very different in Mortal Kombat 1. He's a god now, and as a result, I think if cameo Liu Kang was the classic version from all the past games, he could actually fit well as a cameo character. For example, they could bring back his classic bicycle kick, that would be awesome. Maybe his fireballs would be more traditional, just one fireball in the air and he's done, kind of like Janet Cage's jump punch. And maybe his parry could also make a comeback or give him the fire teleport that he had in Mortal Kombat 11. There's many different attacks that classic Liu Kang used, but the modern Liu Kang does not because he got new flashier attacks instead. But even so, I think classic Liu Kang could fit as a cameo character. But once again, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Am I crazy for wanting classic Liu Kang as a cameo? Should it be someone completely different? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And keep in mind, if it was somebody completely new, I'd be down for that. But I'm just saying, if Liu Kang Kang did return as a classic cameo, I would not be that surprised. When it comes to Li Mei and Quan Chi, however, I really don't want them to take up any more cameo slots. If we get more cameo characters as DLC, I'd rather it be someone completely new, like Kira or Cobra, or maybe Draman or Onaga, characters from the 3D era. Put all the 3D era characters that aren't quite popular enough to be main fighters, make them cameos. But oh boy, to end this video, let's talk about something very cool that's likely returning to Mortal Kombat 1, and this time it's about gameplay, baby. We're talking stage fatalities and mercy finishers as well. That's right, both of these things are listed in the data files for Mortal Kombat 1, and as a result, they could return, because keep in mind that happened for Mortal Kombat X. That game did not have stage fatalities for the longest time, but then later on, we got several stage fatalities added to the game, and then history repeated in Mortal Kombat 11. The same thing happened. The game launched without any stage fatalities, but then you wait a little bit, and suddenly there are stage fatalities, and they're completely free. It's happened multiple times, and as a result, there's no reason it can't happen again. I don't think Mortal Kombat 1 needs mercies, but if it gave you more XP when grinding invasions or the towers, then I'll happily take it, because it also gives me a second chance to do my brutality in case I messed it up. But next up, let's talk about Test Your Strike and Test Your Sight, because these are also mentioned in the data files as well, and as a result, they could return too. But the issue is, Test Your Might in this game is already Test Your Strike. You have to aim your power meter in a very specific part of the bar, otherwise you fail, right? If it's too high, you fail, and if it's too low, you fail. That's actually Test Your Strike, which was first introduced in Mortal Kombat 9. Before that, Test Your Might was way more simple and straightforward. You just had to get the power meter above that bottom line, and then you won. There was no top line, no sweet spot whatsoever. That was actually Test Your Strike, and as a result, I'm wondering how that mode could return. I think NetherRealm would have to change it somehow, because otherwise it's already in the game. They just call it Test Your Might. However, Test Your Sight would be super interesting. I was really good at this game mode in Mortal Kombat 1. In fact, I thought it was a joke. Whenever Test Your Sight showed up, I was like, let's do it. It's a joke. It's a free win. I've always been really good at those cup swapping games. They're super basic to me. But even so, I still do want it to come back. I think more variety is better for Mortal Kombat 1, especially when it comes to these fun minigames. But alright everyone, that's about it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like down below. It helps the channel out a ton. And then finish that combo by subscribing and ringing that bell so you never miss any future videos. Make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs.